going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to Omar BYT, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome, guys, to another Barcelona News Roundup, guys. There's news coming out of Barcelona every single day, transfer news and some other news coming out of the club, guys, every single day. And this is the number one place you're gonna find all the latest news coming out of Barcelona, like I mentioned, with transfers, deals, any other stuff that relates to Barcelona, guys. This is the first place you're gonna get it. But before we get started, make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. And on this roundup, guys, we're gonna be talking about three main topics. We're gonna be talking about Yamal's contract, the things that are involved in his contract, wages and everything else, incentives and everything else, as far as in the details regarding the new contract signing. And we're gonna get into the Rashford deal because there's a lot of things that have happened this morning as far as, you know, the deal is concerned, including the fact that Deco met Rashford's agent. And we're gonna also get into Barcelona's Nike deal, right? The new deal that we've just signed with Nike for the next 12 years. We're gonna talk about, like, as far as the deal is concerned, how the deal has happened, and basically how much money Barcelona are gonna get out of it. But if you guys want to see more of that, make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's go. And where else do we start, ladies and gentlemen? There was some great news. Guys, because yesterday, like I said in the roundup, guys, Lamine Yamal was on the verge of signing a contract, and you know what, guys? He has signed the deal. Ladies and gentlemen, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Signed, sealed, and delivered, guys. And this was actually the newspaper coming out of sports in Spain this morning. It basically says historic renewal. I'm very, very happy about this, to get this deal finally completed, man. Barcelona getting this deal done now. It's what we needed, right? Renewing Hansi Flick, renewing Rafinha. Now Yamal has signed a new deal until 2031. And what can I say, right? It's everything kind of what I expected. Just the usual things that I did mention might be given in the contract, including the buyout clause, which is, just like I mentioned, no surprises, it is 1 billion euros, guys. And look, what can I say about this deal that hasn't been said, right? It's a great deal, but as far as like some of the news, like the deal is concerned, the incentives and how much Yamal is going to be earning at the club, he's going to be one of the higher earners of the club, which is really not a surprise when you really think about it. Basically, Lamine Yamal's contract has a 1 billion euros, like I mentioned. He will be earning 8 million net fixed starting this season. Basically, every single year he'll be earning 8 million, which would increase up to 20 million if he achieves a series of objectives in form of titles and other Ballon d'Or incentives. Which, look, at the end of the day, I have nothing against that. I mean, look, at the end of the day, 8 million, right, every single year, right, that will make him one of our higher earners at the club. Which, let's be real, right? His performances, the way he's been playing, the incredible he's been. It's no absolute no-brainer for me, right? For us giving him this contract. Basically going up to 20 million. I like what they're doing there. At the end of the day, you know, if he wins those leagues, Champions Leagues, Padella race, and all the other trophies that are available for Barcelona, which, let's be real, after a domestic trouble like this season, you can see why Barcelona would, you know, want to give him this kind of contract. And listen, it's not like he's not gonna deserve it, because if we win more trophies next season, right, that would put him in the contention for the Ballon d'Or, as well as you know, put Barcelona in the map. So giving him those incentives really is not a problem for me, right? And increasing his wages. And listen, these are all things, by the way, that are going to be increasing as time goes on, right? Because the contract basically is not just based on based on titles. I think it's also going to be based on appearances, right? The amount of appearances every single season. I think his wages might increase every single season. I wouldn't be surprised if that's how the contract is going to be looking. But what can I say about this? It's an incredible deal. It's incredible, right? At the end of the day, it's people were kind of worried that he was going to be one of the, he was with Jorge Mendes being his agent, that they would try to basically milk as much money out of this contract as they would get, but I didn't think so. I think this was going to be a quick deal, and long behold, it was a very, very quick deal. But let me know what you guys are saying about the new contract that Lamine Yamal has been given at the club. Do you think that it's too much money for him at his age? Do you think that Barcelona were very, very smart in tying him down as early as they did now? But we got to continue, because we go some good news to not really some great news for me personally. But let me know what you guys are saying, because the next thing we're going to be talking about is Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford, ladies and gentlemen. Now, it's no surprise, and I guess it's not a shock to many people who've been hearing a lot of rumors since January, that Marcus Rashford has been one of those players that Barcelona have been looking at. And well, we were very close to signing him in January on a loan deal. Eventually, he did go to Aston Villa on loan. Well, let's be real, right? The loan didn't really get into. He didn't really get much out of the loan deal, and basically, Marcus Rashford will be returning back to Manchester United after his loan spell. He will be available for 40 million, and Barcelona are amongst the teams that are informed about his availability. And let's be real, right? Barcelona, especially under Deco, man, I don't know, for some reason why we're so obsessed with Rashford, but we are absolutely obsessed with this guy. And I've been hearing this news since yesterday, and truth be told, when I first saw this deal, I was just thinking, it's just newspapers trying to basically, write some stuff, that are not real, and basically, trying to just sell some papers, right? But that's what I thought until this happened. Yeah, guys, this is not even a joke. This picture has been going on throughout social media, and if you guys don't know, that's Rashford's agent, guys, meeting with Deco earlier today, and basically there's an ongoing meeting between Rashford's agent and Deco, and this is not exactly the news that I really wanted to see, if I'm going to be very, very honest, right? But looks like Barcelona are really, really, really serious about this deal, guys. They're actually serious in trying to consider Rashford as one of our options. And look, this is just my personal opinion. You guys in the chat, you guys let me know what you guys think of this deal. But the fact that, I'm telling you guys, right, this Deco guy, right, the things that he's been trying to do makes no sense to me, right? The players that we've been linked to since this guy has been in charge, the amount of money that we've been linked to players to, like, I don't understand what is going on anymore at this club. I don't understand why we're obsessed with trying to buy other clubs' flops. This guy left Manchester United, went to Aston Villa, did absolutely nothing at that club, but we are trying to basically bring this guy in. For what? For what? What is the purpose in trying to bring this guy? Why are we trying to become a rehabilitation center for finished careers, right? We should be trying to compete for the Champions League, and we're trying to buy players like Rashford to compete. Like, make it make sense. Make it make sense. We're trying to basically get better, but we're trying to spend money on these players, right? And this makes no sense to me, because I don't think this is a Hansi Flick thing or any of these guys. I think this is on, what's his name, Deco, because you've just seen Manchester United are basically saying 40 million. Now 40 million is a lot. We could spend something close to that to get a player like a Nico Williams or Ademola Lookman, but we're gonna spend all that money on Rashford. Like, make it make sense. And listen, there's been more news coming out as far as like this deal is concerned. This Rashford deal is concerned. Basically, the deal that they have been hearing also recently is that Barcelona might only consider this deal, because the only way they're considering this deal is basically for a loan deal with an option to buy. And for me, that this was just what this screams to me is just at the end of the day, it's just being cheap. Really, I get it. Barcelona in financial situation. I'm not dumb. I know, but brother, right? There's so many other options for me that we can go in for, right? We know the players like a Nico Williams who will probably leave this summer. But it's like, yeah, Barcelona, I feel like maybe it's because we're butthurt that he rejected us last season, that the club has just decided, nah, F all of that. We're gonna go in for a player of Rashford stature. Right? Look at Manchester United fans. Manchester United fans are they're looking for a way to get rid of this guy. And we're gonna be the ones to get him out of their hands. Like, this is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And this is all on people like Deco, man. I blame guys like them. Right? But let me know what you guys are saying about this deal. I'm not a fan of it. But listen, man, maybe you guys in the chat might have a different opinion. The final thing I want to talk about is the Nike deal that Barcelona have been basically in progress talks with for a while now. And basically, we know that Barcelona basically signed the deal, new 12-year deal, which will basically sign us to, I think it's a 13-year deal, which will basically sign us to Nike until 2038. There's been a lot of like details coming out of like the deal recently, how much Barcelona are going to be earning from it. And basically, guys, what he said here is that Barcelona president Joan Laporta's advisor, Eric Massif, has revealed the important financial details surrounding the Barcelona's recent kit deal with Nike, offering a rare behind-the-scene look with critical commercial partnership in Barcelona history. And basically, I'm not going to read this whole thing, but I am going to read some of the important things. Basically, Barcelona were contracted to Nike worth 40 million, was basically dropped to 33 million due to poor construction bonus clauses in the under Jose Maria Bartomeu, which is basically the previous Nike deal that we signed with Nike deal we signed under Bartomeu, obviously. But basically, they offered a new deal with 66 million, which, if we had signed it, would basically allow us to be able to operate under the 101 rule, which is the La Liga rule. But Joan Laporta actually turned it down. He actually said no, because he felt that he wanted Barcelona to be the highest, basically to be given the highest amount. Because compared to a club like Madrid, who've signed a deal with Adidas, right? I think they're earning like 90 million, right? And he believes that if we sign the deal, we will basically, Barca fans will basically pay for a lot of money for these jerseys, and basically will be the highest bought jerseys in Nike stores. And Laporta, because of that, I think he was trying to get the best deal out of it, and because of that, he ended up hiring Darren Dean, who is very known figure as far as sports agents and financial stuff is concerned, with football clubs, and his intervention actually helped a lot, because Nike were not really trying to give us the best deal. They really were not. They were trying their best to finesse us out of a good deal out of this, right? But Darren Dean actually got involved, and with his involvement, Nike, who at first were saying that they were not going to move away from the 66 million that they had offered, they said that is what it was, either that or nothing. But and I guess because of that, you kind of saw around January, you saw that there was links that potentially Barcelona might get a new deal with another sporting brand. But in the end, Nike did ended up buckling under the pressure, because then they went from offering us 66 million to 122 million for the Nike deal, which we are going to be signing. And basically, the final agreement now means that Barcelona will now have the highest earning kit in world football, surpassing Real Madrid, Manchester United, and other elite clubs. And this is basically because of the intervention of Darren Dean, right? So because of him now, we've gotten the best deal, because like I mentioned, Real Madrid before this, I think they had the best one with 90 million. But now, because of the deal we've just signed, we now are going at the highest earning now with 122 million. And this is all good news. Now, for a lot of you who guys are wondering why I'm talking about this is important because like I just mentioned earlier, right? The first deal that they offered us, if we had signed that, it would have put us under the 101 financial rule that exists in La Liga. But now that we've basically been able to get this deal, this is great news because this means that Barcelona will definitely have more financial freedom in the transfer window to go out and actually buy players easier, which, let's be real, right? If that is the case, then we need to make sure to take advantage of this and be very, very smart in the signings that we make, right? Because even though, right, getting this deal done, right, means that we can be able to afford certain players, we have to be smart, right? Because our lack of smartness is what cost us to be in this position in the first place. And look, I'm very, very happy that Laporta was able to get the best deal once again. Laporta proving what kind of a guy he is. Like, he's definitely a shrewd businessman, and I'm very, very happy about this deal. But let me know what you guys are saying about this Nike deal, and what do you guys think about it, and how do you think this will affect basically our transfer window and the rest of our transfer window, and as far as deals in players coming in and players going out is concerned. But let me know what you guys are saying about the Barcelona News Roundup today, guys. What do you guys think of the Yamal deal? What do you think of Rashford's links to the club? And also, what you guys saying about the Nike deal that Barcelona have just signed, and basically the detail about it, guys? Let me know what you guys are saying in the comment section below. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and like I always say whenever I end these streams, guys, Visca el Barça, Visca el Catalonia, and peace, you guys. Take care.